My name is Marsha Swanson and I've written an album called Near Life Experience.
And how do we accept this status quo?
I'm Henry Thomas and Marsha asked me to be the producer for making this album.
An open receptacle.
I suppose when we met straight away, the first few seconds, I think it's a minute or half a minute where you can pick up a hell of a lot about somebody without a lot of it unconscious. We did know straight away that what we wanted to do, didn't we? After that first conversation in Ronnie Scott's. Henry was saying to me, I will, if I'm going to do this now, for it to be of interest to me, because he's recorded lots of albums, what's going to be new, what's going to make it of interest to you? And for him, it was to be able to really have his, full input, no censoring whatsoever, wasn't, in that sense.
Absolutely.
And so I've said, equally, my way round is that I'm completely open to that process. I will rethink anything, I will hear everything you have to say, and I'll be equally honest back if I think, no, I can't live with that's how it seems right to me, I can't change it, or if there's a bit where I think, no, actually, I see the logic of that. I liked it like this, but it's actually better like this. It was a really unusual, we almost committed this, had all these emails to each other where we were both committing to total truth and working hard. How do you feel about looking back at the album now in terms of the variety, what we set out to do as an album?
I really enjoyed the variety. I love the range of music, and that's very much who I am as well. I love a huge range of music, and my only criteria is that I feel moved by it. There's something in the sentiment that appeals to me directly, and we managed to do that on all the songs.
Some break through to the day and want to have their way, and it's
Because for me, with my songs, it's always for me been about the message that's there. And you want it to be there in the lyrics and the music. And I think where it hasn't been successful or haven't reached the pinnacle has been if it's not married up everywhere. It's got to have that consistency. And it was speaking to you when you were saying that not only did the music have to fit the lyrics, but the players, the musicians, had to also fit that same message.
I didn't want the album to sound like there'd been any degree of compromise. I said I wanted the album to sound like somebody'd spent $1 million on it, £1 million.
Yes, and it wasn't
like
rushed at all.
I wanted the record to sound like it had a mega budget with this gigantic production.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm happy to say it. I think we succeeded.
For me, I wanted this album to be not restricted in any way by limitations. So I wanted this to be my freedom to write in any style that I wanted, to not be restricted by the length of the song or it was my chance to do everything that I wanted to write now.
becoming the self we're born.
So Henry, it was amazing for us finding George Clare at Continuum Films. And I think what we wanted in terms of consistency in the music, we wanted that visually too. What we were able to do with George was he got everything that we were wanting to communicate musically, was able to do that visually in a way that totally enhanced the music.
Say goodbye. You are a woman now. This is
Using images that everybody understands in their subconscious, but there's got to be some kind of question or a presentation which makes you think, Is it about this or is it about that? Or, oh, I wonder what, oh, I never thought of that. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like what's that frozen doll?
And so, and on that level, I believe that those videos succeeded. The point of making an album is to capture the story, and the story is created by the artist.
I think I only knew the total theme after I saw a lot of the songs had things in common. But what they all had was this being consciously aware of your life and how you're choosing to spend it, what your priorities are, and doing that before it's too late, you know, doing that while you can do something about it. It's much more haunting to me, the idea of having nearly lived. How devastating to think that you've got this one life and you nearly did things that you wanted to do, or you nearly cared about the people you wanted to care about.
From what you did, not what you.
What can you do now for that to not be something that would feel a regret? You know, how could you live your life now if you were asked that question? Did you really live, or did you nearly live? If you're asked that question, how can you change the way you're living now to make that, the answer to that question, something you'd be pleased with? And I think a lot of the album was to do with that.